All right, let's get into this. We got Sunyshore and Virbank. Muffin's team is pretty standard. She's bringing the same on virtually every set. Yep, Socks and Glim, Jugulus, and this is Brigham. Let me see. Brigham is you. Okay, so yeah, straight up. Spike brings a very fat team with Quavel and Gardevoir. Shocks and Electros, that's not a good lead for Muffin. Yeah, this is going to be very annoying. It is in Muffin's best interest. Alright, he gets knocked off immediately, goes for Future Sight. I was like, it's Muffin's best interest to try to get Glim in as fast as possible to set up hazards. Quavel probably has Rapid Spin. Although it also looks like this is the setup sweeper for Spike's team. Alright, goes for a knockoff again. Psyshock, okay, gets some decent chip. Psyshock's a third time. That's you knew the Umbreon was gonna come in there. Should have pressed if she has it. Future Sight and Psyshock is really greedy. Yeah, I think that's kind of nuts. Future Sight's again. I'm not entirely sure who this is going to. You know, Umbreon can kind of come in unpunished. There we go. Get Breloom in there. Good two-wave there with Spike. Mach Punch ain't doing much, so you can go ahead and stay in. Foul Play, get some good chip. Wish comes back. You block the Future Sight. That's what I said. I think she needs to get Glim in as fast as possible to get hazards up. That's the only way you're really, like, doing a lot of chip to, like, Umbreon and Mudsdale. Gets CC first. Troubles. Yep, takes the Future Sight first. Alright, there we go. Muffin on the board first. To Ultra Head Top. Alright, so Moogle sits in front of this. In comes Rotom, which makes sense. Something has to go to sleep. Sleep Talk Rotom. Okay, so she knew that someone was going to have to eat a spore. So she brought Sleep Talk. That's really interesting. Okay, alright. Goes into Jugulus, takes not that bad a percent. This isn't Booster Energy, so it's probably some type of choice item. Goes straight to Umbreon, gets Air Slash, only does 20, good lord. So this is Scarf, perhaps? Spike doubles into Gardevoir for the Levitate. Glamour is the only thing that can really break this on Muffin's side, so we'll see what set this is for Spike. I know that he's kind of been favoring the sub, just go straight for Psychic. Gets the drop, that's not fun. Muffin unfortunately gets Volt Switch though. So now you can bring, well, even Glim doesn't want to really take a Psychic here, all things considered. But Jugulus doesn't want to get hit with a Moon Blast, although it is faster. Goes into Shocks instead. I mean, Shocks can take a hit. You can get Hazards up or T-Bolt. I would prioritize Hazards first, truthfully. Also, Venoshock is funny. Goes at Mudsdale. Flash cannons. Okay, so she had something prepared for Gardevoir. Mixing socks is faster. Pump Spike. I just get rocks up. Yep. Because she has... Well, Glamora is the clearance, so... But I don't think Muffin's been bringing Mortal Spin to her sets, so... I don't think there's anything to clear, really. Presses Overheat. Doesn't get the burn. Body Press does a lot because it's at +2 now. Damn, so it has Rest Talk. Okay, so she knew for a fact that she didn't want to deal with this, that she needed some type of recovery on this. She goes for Rest Talk, Overheat, Volt Switch. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. And again, it's good for knowing that Amoonguss is going to come in and press 4. So it makes sense of why she switched it in so soon. Alright, this is realistically a Surf. Again, the issue is Umbreon, right? She doesn't really have a great way of punishing that thing. Unless she's got Terrible Blast on this. Which she has been bringing for Slowbro very often. If I goes into Amoonguss, she predicts it in Flamethrowers and gets the burn. Flamethrowers again. That's fine. Gets good chip off on this. Doesn't get the poison, but that's okay. One, if not both of these mons are going to switch out now due to Regenerator. Oh, it has Slack Off. Okay, so it's Future Sight, Flamethrower, Psyshock, Slack Off. That's really weird. So there's no water move on this, so you can't really punish Mudsdale that well. And no Terra Blast, so Umbreon sits on this team too. This is not a... It's a very weird Slowbro build. Takes a Moonblast. Alright, in comes Quavel. Gets the Volt Switch again. She's been really fortunate with those. Alright, this is annoying because Breloom is paralyzed. It should be able to pick this off with a Mach Punch. But you're slower. Jugulus? Assuming that thing is choiced. Jugulus or Shocks really, I think is okay. Jugulus is probably better though because you don't want to take an Air Slash. Umbreon can take it and be fine. It's just like, you know. She's thinking really hard about this. I can't really blame her, right? This is, you know, you have to play ahead of Spike. That's how you win. She goes into Breloom, okay. So she is hoping that the Mach Punch can just go ahead and pick this off. He goes into Amoonguss. Yep, that's exactly what happens. Goes into Gardevoir, which traces Regenerator. Now it traces Technician. Aerial Ace, what the hell? I mean, again, Technician, so it makes sense. So I'm assuming the last move is probably Bullet Seed. You go into Slowbro here. Goes for the Psychic that does a lot of damage and gets the drop. That's not good. It's a Psychic Fairy game, right? Unless you got a Steel type, you are going to have to play this mix constantly. Alright, so you know he's gonna Psychic or Moonblast, one of the two. Shocks is at 100%. I think that would be the good mid-ground play here. She goes in and rolled him instead. You spent one turn, so you get another turn here. Regardless of whether or not you Volt Switch or Overheat, it doesn't really do that much for you against Umbreon. Goes into Breloom on the Wish. I mean, Mach Punch still does nothing, but if she can get a CC off right now, that would be really favorable, because the only Mon that wants to take that is Mudsdale. And that CC is still doing a pretty good amount of damage. Truthfully, Bullet Seed does a lot here, so I would, well, Amoonguss is the problem, right? So I guess you'd have to leverage who you want to hit. Gets paralyzed, so it doesn't matter. So that's annoying. Does press Aerial 8 there. Probably just get the Sludge Bomb off, that's gonna kill. Alright, so now I think this is the part where you really start leveraging Jugulus or something. I think the problem is that I don't think she has anything that can really hit Umbreon that well, and now that Breloom is dead, it becomes a lot harder. Truthfully, I think this is the part where, I'm gonna say, I think this is the part where you send in Glamora, right? You get some hazards up. We see that this is, actually we don't know this thing, it's not lefties. So you go straight for the Mortal Spin, that's really good, so you poison the Umbreon, you're immune to Synchronize, and you clear the rocks, that's very good. Now this is the part where you get one of your own hazards up. She goes in and rolling Heat, blocks the T-Wave, okay. You're gonna wake up this turn. This thing's last move is probably Foul Play. I assume this is T-Wave Wish, Foul Play, Protect, the standard Umbreon set. Goes into Shocks. Moonlight. Okay, so that's Wish and Moonlight. So this thing really wants to stay healthy. That's a lot more annoying. Not even Protect, just straight up Wish and Instant Recovery. Alright, gets the rocks off. Realistically, this is probably Amoonguss again. Actually, Gardevoir is probably coming in here. I would probably press Flash Cannon just to make sure that that doesn't come in. I mean, out of all the mons that I would want, yeah, I'm okay with this taking shit. Okay, so she goes for Earth Power, that's fine. I was gonna say, of all the mons that I don't want getting stuff back, it's Gardevoir. You want to roll in Heat. Rocks are back up. Glamora can spin at a later time. You wake up this turn, but a Body Press will kill here. So I think she has to rest. Oh wait, no, she was gonna sleep for one turn. Alright, damn. Well now, yeah, now Body Press is killed. Alright, well, fortunate that she got the Overheat and not the Volt Switch. That would have been really catastrophic. But this is still really hard to deal with because, again, you have no water move on Slowbro. So you have to go into Glamora. If it has Energy Ball, it kills. Spike Scouts, it does. Okay, so this seems pretty close to the... Ooh, Spit Up Drop, that's really good. I'm gonna say this seems like it might be the regular set as well. Maybe not Stealth Rock. Maybe something else. Gleam, perhaps. Goes for Stab Power Gem. Spike gets the para off, but Glamora does its job. Umbreon is now down. Quaquaval comes in, and this might be where the sweep happens. If we see Aqua Step come in right now, then I think this is... Well, I don't think it's runs because Slowbro is still alive. And if this is regular Slowbro, then this isn't going to do that much to it. Alright, yeah, so we do see Aqua Step. One goes down. Jugulus comes in, so this thing is definitely scarfed. But I like the prospects of Air Slash, truthfully. Mudstill doesn't die from it, so Spike probably sacks something right now. I'm gonna have to. Because at +1, this is at 351. So this, if this is scarfed, then obviously it's gonna outspeed everything. So now we have to play the game. I'm assuming this is scarfed because it's not booster energy, and based on the damage numbers, I don't think this thing is specs. Amada Scarf would be the best answer for her here. Muffin puts on the timer, so that means Spike is thinking really hard about who he wants to sack. Realistically speaking. And this has been like a 15-minute game one, and there are still half the mons available on the field. But I think this is the part where Iron Jugulus can legitimately come in and sweep. The best thing that Spike can do is, yeah, sack something. Amoongus dies, and it's Boots Amoongus. Oh yeah, so he knew what he knew what to do. This is Scarf, so Air Slash, you need to flinch. Oh, that's crazy! Damn, so she wins this game then. Damn, yeah, that's game. Wow, okay, let's go Muffin. Yep, Aquajet doesn't kick. Ain't this about a bitch? Alright, the game is not over just yet. That is really unfortunate. Wow. Okay, so this thing is Moxie now. But Slowbro coming in on Regenerator shouldn't die. Yeah, you kill Shocks. Oh, you actually no, you don't kill Shocks with Aqua Jet. Okay, then I think Muffin's still won. I think Muffin's still won. Oh, never mind. This is okay, that's... I was like, this shouldn't kill even at +1, and then it did. That makes that complicated. Because I don't think... You're what, slack off? I think you have to slack off here. You have to hope that Aqua Step doesn't, You have to hope that Aqua Step doesn't kill and slack off. He goes for Jet. Alright, this is a +2. Damn. Nah, the answer I think was slack off there. But it didn't matter. Damn, that's so unfortunate that Jugulus missed, because that was definitely game for Muffin. Alright, well, that was a very hotly contested game one. Yeah, the flinch on Muffin's side, because I'm like, oh, and then she wins. And then Air Slash miss, and like, oh, she doesn't. Alright, so this is going to run it back. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a ton of sense. Obviously, this is a very winnable game for both teams. It's just a matter of, you know. Challenge still hasn't been sent. There it is. Okay, cool. Alright, run it back. I think Muffin, let's see, if I'm Spike, obviously you know Jugulus is the setup sweeper and it's scarfed, so you have that information now. If I'm Muffin, I want to try to get hazards up earlier. If I'm Spike, keep Umbreon alive as long as possible. He did a decent job of it game one. Just try to focus on it a little bit more, because outside of Breloom, nothing on this team breaks it. You know that this Slowbro doesn't have body press or anything like that. So yeah, just try to keep Umbreon alive. You know that Rotom is Sleep Talk, so maybe focus on trying to chip instead of pressing Spore until that thing goes down. Yeah. So that was a super close game, so I can understand both teams deciding to run it back. Alright, so he does lead a Mungus. Ooh, good lead for... Well, it's an okay lead for Muffin. I can't Spore, so you know this thing is really just going to Sludge Bomb. So yeah, I will go into Rotom, because it can take both. Absolutely. Does get poisoned, that's fine. That's why you have Rest. Electros is the issue, because that thing can just take an overheat and be fine. Maybe Electros has been putting in a lot of work this way. Go straight into Mudsdale instead. Muffin goes for Rest, because he doesn't want that poison on. That makes sense, because it completely ruins Rotom's ability to get shit off. I guess, yeah, overheat unless it burns, and even if it does burn, doesn't really do much to Mudsdale, so swap that in immediately, get your rocks off. Goes into Breloom instead, and just goes straight into Breloom. I think that is okay. The problem is a Mungus can realistically eat any hit that you want to throw out. Well, actually, no, this has Aerial Ace. Did we see the last move? It's probably Spore. Well, a Heavy Slam or a Body Press from Mudsdale is going to do a lot of damage. So... And obviously, once the stamina goes up after every hit, so Bullet Seed isn't good here either. Is he a Bullet Seed? CC Mach Punch early. Alright, so maybe it doesn't have a grass move. Just goes for Mach Punch. Makes sense. Like I said, this thing can eat any hit that you throw out. And now Sludge Bomb is going to do... I mean, it probably Okos because it's Breloom. So there's Weapon Holding Heat. Yep, your Sludge Bomb doesn't matter because this thing's asleep. You have to burn off a Sleep Tone right now. Or at least it's in your best interest to. Truthfully, at that point, I would have went into Glamora, knowing that this thing can't Spore and it can't Sludge Bomb. That's okay to do now, like... Electros is weird, but it's not going to do anything to hurt you, and you know, clearing hazards is obviously very important to this team. So you're free to Mortal Spin here, and poisoning the Electros ain't that bad either. It goes for straight up Discharge. That does 49%. I mean, I guess Glamora is not really a bulky mod at all, so. She goes into Shocks. He discharges again. You can't really do anything bad here, so she just gets the rocks up. As Giga Drain gets the crit too. That's massive. So now this thing is completely healthy. Well, not completely, but it healed a lot. And Shocks is chipped, which is really annoying because Quaquaval can come in and Aqua Jet and kill this thing at a later point. Volt Switch, that's fine. Knock off, yep. So now the boots are gone. There's a lot more annoying from Muffin. Electros is a really good draft mon. Not being weak to anything because you have Levitate is annoying. Being able to ignore spikes, T-spikes, all that shit is obnoxious, and it's a fairly bulky mon. Based on where you have your EVs at, so gets a really good move pool. AV is obnoxious as hell. Turns off the sleep turn. You can body press for free here. Or rather, yeah, get your rocks back up. This is not looking great for Muffin because she doesn't really have... I say she doesn't really have a good way to break through this team. Her whole point is to get enough chip off to let Jugulus sweep. But the issue with that is that Spike's team... Alright, what was it? Spike's team is very fat, so she doesn't have a very good way of chipping things to the point of, alright, now Jugulus can come in and sweep. She did a really decent job of it game 2 just because Electros died so early, but it's not easy. It is not easy. Kimura comes back in, goes to the Sludge Bomb, makes sense. Looks like Muffin wants to get off one last mortal spin. I would go into the Electrolysis because that thing's already poisoned. And you know she's going to spin here. Or staying in, I guess that's fine. And then just, yeah, killing this. That also makes sense. Alright, so now once Spike gets the rocks up, they're up for good. And Rotom is chipped. Or Rotom is knocked, so that's really not good for Muffin. Honestly, yeah, you might have to go into Jugulus and just start forcing the issue now. Go straight to Umbreon. Yeah, unfortunately, Airslash doesn't do anything to this thing. And if you get T-Waved here, it's Runt, so I would go into Rotom right now, or Shocks, one of the two. Spike doubles into Gardevoir. And now this thing is going to start getting some damage off. Triples into Mudsdale. Alright, Muffin unfortunately rolls Volt Switch. Yeah, it was 2 turns of sleep though, so she will wake up next turn. Yep, now the rocks are up for good, so yeah, this is really annoying because Mudstill's at full. Air releases. I'm gonna say if I'm Mudstill, I'd stay in every time. Body press does a chunk. Truthfully, the best thing Muffin probably could have done is just press CC. Because again, this thing has no incentive to leave anymore. Activates after every hit. Yep, so that's gonna kill. And I got a lot of boosts up. But I think anything that, yeah, Jugulus wants to press at this point probably does a good bit. Air Slash is a roll, which is really annoying. Umbreon can come in for free here. Oh, this thing's moves. You've seen only Air Slash. Realistically, it has Dark Pulse. Hope for the flinch. Doesn't get it that time. That's, yeah. And at this point, that might as well be game because her best sweeper is out. Gamora can't poison anything. That's tough. That's pretty tough. Spike Preserve his win diff, or does he not care at this point? I wouldn't care, truthfully, because Kokwavo can come in and start stepping and ruining people's lives. So I would let this Mudsdale go and then let or that works too. Because, you know, again, you can heal this off. That's not doing nothing. Foul play. Umbreon gets a kill. It's another assist from Mudsdale. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but look, Spike played that way better. Getting Gamora out the paint so she couldn't clear rocks. And couldn't get T-Spike or anything up at all. So a lot more of a war of attrition. We haven't really seen that in this league this season as much. Where like people have teams that are more actually balanced or bulky. And so it becomes a war of like getting hazards up and clearing hazards and taking out the mons that set and clear hazards and all that, right? there's been a lot of setup sweeping this season. So this was maybe not the most refreshing, because, you know, people tend not to like slower games, but definitely a nice change of pace. Just to see something more unique. Yeah, it's tough starting for Muffin. Like I said, I think she did well. I think she was doing well. Just second game got away from her very fast. But Spike, you know, Spike is a smart player. That's why he's the defending champ. He figured some stuff out, and so it was like, hey, I can just, you know, funnel my way into breaking down Socks and Glim, and then getting Jugulus out the paint because Muffin didn't get the flinch. It's like, yeah, that's when it really, you know, this when Muffin really, or Spike really win this. So. I don't expect there's any way to like actually stop psychic types, so like this is pretty annoying, but like just sending Gardevoir and let this thing actually start hitting it. Because you've already seen this thing's moves. There we go. I was like, alright, at some point you gotta send Gardevoir in so you can start doing some damage. Obviously you don't want Quaquaval because you can get hit with a Future Sight or a Psyshock and then die for it for no reason. But this Moonblast is gonna clean up the game. Reveal Shadow Ball, that's funny. Gets the drop. Is this like Scarf or Scarf? Not Scarf. Probably. The Slowbro took way too little from that. This is realistically Spadef Slowbro, and then Spike is Scarf Guard. This is gonna make it go by a little bit faster. Yep. All right. So that's except 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep getting Spadef drops. He's back in Umbreon because you know we finna Wish Pass and let Gardevoir get healthy again. Is Amaxis. Obviously, I really respect the fact that Muffin is playing this to the end. I don't think there's any way that she can really win this, but like at all. But it makes sense that Spike's doing this the way that he's doing it because you can't. It's hard to play that slow Shadow Ball game without getting the Spadef drops, and obviously Quavel cleans up, but like you don't want that thing to die for no reason. So, yep, Moonblast comes in. Now Gardevoir gets that last kill. That is a +7 for Spike. Good week for him. Went 1 and 2 last week. He's 1-3. All he's got left to play is Lavender Town, and if he wins that, he gets an undefeated week. Be 5 and 2. Put yourself right back in leaderboard contention for Ruby League. So, yeah, good effort by Muffin. That's unfortunate. Good win by Spike.